What is the Somnath temple known for? It is one of the 12 sacred Jyotirlingas of Lord Shiva. Q2. Why is Somnath temple called the Eternal Shrine? Due to its repeated destruction and reconstruction over centuries. Q3. Where is Somnath temple located? At Prabhas Patan near Verawal in Gujarat. Q4. In which region of Gujarat is the temple situated? In the Saurashtra region. Q5. On which coast is Somnath temple located? On the Arabian Sea coast. Q6. What is the significance of the Triveni Sangam near Somnath? It is the confluence of Kapila, Hiran, and Saraswati rivers. Q7. Which ancient text mentions Somnath temple? Shiva Purana. Q8. Who attacked Somnath temple in 1026 CE? Mahmud of Ghazni. Q9. Which ruler rebuilt the temple in the 12th century? Kumarapala. Q10. How many times was Somnath temple destroyed historically? 6 times. Q11. What architectural style is Somnath temple built in? Chalukya Solanki style. Q12. What are key architectural features of the temple? A lofty shikhara, intricate carvings, and grand garbhagriha. Q13. Who initiated the modern reconstruction of Somnath temple? Vallabhbhai Patel. Q14. Who was the architect of the reconstructed temple? Prabhashankar Sompura. Q15. When was the modern Somnath temple inaugurated? On the 11th of May 1951. Q16. Who inaugurated the temple in 1951? Rajendra Prasad. Q17. Who manages Somnath temple today? The Somnath Trust. Q18. Who chairs the Somnath Trust? The Prime Minister of India. If you want, I can convert all your history plus culture topics into rapid revision Q&A, PYQ style plus MCQs for exams. Here is your content converted into one-line question and answer format segregated. Q1. What has been recently excavated at Zehanpura? A 2000-year-old Buddhist stupa and monastic complex. Q2. Where is the Zehanpura site located? In Baramulla district, Jammu and Kashmir. Q3. To which period does the Zehanpura site belong? The Kushan period, 1st-3rd century CE. Q4. What type of site is Zehanpura? A large Kushan era Buddhist complex. Q5. What structures are found at Zehanpura? Stupas, chatyas, viharas, settlements, and artifacts. Q6. What are chatyas in Buddhist architecture? Prayer halls. Q7. What are viharas? Residences for monks. Q8. How large is the Zehanpura site? Spread over nearly 10 acres. Q9. Where exactly is Zehanpura village located? In North Kashmir's Baramulla district. Q10. Why is Zehanpura's location historically important? It lies along the ancient Silk Route. Q11. Which regions did the Silk Route connect? Kashmir with Gandhara, Afghanistan, Pakistan region. Q12. Which rulers promoted Buddhism in Kashmir during the Kushan period? Kanishka and Havishka. Q13. Under which ruler did Buddhism begin in Kashmir? Ashoka. Q14. Which form of Buddhism flourished in Kashmir? Mahayana Buddhism. Q15. Where did Mahayana Buddhism spread from Kashmir? To Central Asia and China. Q16. What broader network was Zehanpura part of? The Gandhara Buddhist network. Q17. What did the Gandhara Buddhist network include? Monasteries, trade routes, and learning centers. If you want, I can prepare a full art and culture revision set stupas, temples, architecture, Buddhism, etc. in Q&A plus MCQ format for quick exam revision. Here is your content converted into one-line question and answer format segregated. Jharkhand megaliths. Q1. What are megaliths? Large stone structures like manhirs, dolmens, cans, and stone circles. Q2. What is a manhir? A standing stone used as a memorial or marker. Q3. What is a dolmen? A table-like stone structure used as a burial tomb. Q4. What were megaliths used for? Burials, rituals, ancestor memory, boundary marking, and solar tracking. Q5. Where are megaliths widely found in Jharkhand? Ranchi Kunti Belt, Hazaribagh, Chhatra, Ramgarh, Lohardaga, Gumla, Simdega, and Singhabhum. Q6. Which is a famous megalithic site in Jharkhand? Chokahatu. Q7. What are local burial grounds called in Jharkhand? Hargadi or Hargarha. Q8. Which tribal communities are associated with Jharkhand megaliths? Munda, Ho, Oraon, and Aish. Q9. What is meant by living megalithism? The continued practice of placing new memorial stones. Q10. What is Sasandiri? A dolmen type family burial structure. Q11. What is Bardari, Biridiri? A memorial standing stone, manhir. Q12. Are all megaliths burial structures? No, some are boundary or commemorative markers. Golestan Palace. Q13. What is the Golestan Palace? A historic royal complex of the Qajar dynasty in Tehran. Q14. Where is Golestan Palace located? Tehran, Iran. Q15. What is its UNESCO status? UNESCO World Heritage Site 2013. Q16. Which dynasty used Golestan Palace as a royal residence? Qajar dynasty. Q17. When did the site originate? Safavid era, 16th century. Q18. Which ruler modernized the palace in the 19th century? Nasser al-Din Shah. Q19. How was the palace used during the Pahlavi era? A for royal ceremonies and coronations. Q20. How many structures are in the palace complex? A 17 structures. Q21. What architectural style does Golestan Palace reflect? A blend of Persian and European styles. Q22. Name one major structure in Golestan Palace. A marble throne, Takht-e-Mamar. Q23. What cultural materials are preserved in the palace? Photographs, manuscripts, and historical archives. Megalithic rock cut chambers, Kerala. Q24. What was recently discovered in Panail, Kerala? A 2000-year-old megalithic rock cut chamber. Q25. What are megalithic rock cut chambers? Underground burial structures carved in laterite rock. Q26. Where was this discovery made? Panail, Kasaragod district, Kerala. Q27. What is the time period of these chambers? Iron Age, megalithic period, 2000-2500 years ago. Q28. In which regions are these structures commonly found? Kerala and coastal Karnataka. Q29. What was their primary purpose? A secondary burial of human remains. Q30. What items were placed in these chambers? Pottery, iron tools, and beads. Q31. What is Muniyara? A local name meaning hermit cell. Q32. What is Pandava cave? A local name linking chambers to the Pandavas. Q33. What is Nidhi A local name meaning treasure pit. Q34. What is the key architectural feature of these chambers? A circular inner chamber carved in rock. Q35. How is the entrance typically designed? A narrow shaft sealed with a stone slab. Q36. What is the function of the top aperture? Possibly for rituals or spiritual passage. Q37. Which other megalithic structures are found nearby? Are umbrella stones, Kudakkallu, and cap stones, Topikallu. If you want, I can combine all your art and culture topics into one master revision sheet, 500 plus Q&A plus PYQs for quick last day revision. Here is your content converted into one-line question and answer format segregated. Bronze art in India. Q1. Which museum is returning the Tirumankai Alvar bronze idol? A Ashmolean museum. Q2. Which temple originally housed the idol? A Soundarajaperumal temple, Thadikombu, Tamil Nadu. Q3. What is bronze art in India? A sculptural and ritual objects made from copper-based alloys. Q4. What is the traditional South Indian alloy used in bronze idols? A Panchaloha. Q5. What role do bronze idols play in India? They serve as living ritual icons in worship and festivals. Q6. Which technique is used in Indian bronze casting? A lost wax casting, Madhuchista Vidhan. Q7. What is the first step in lost wax casting? Creating a wax model. Q8. What happens during dewaxing? A wax is melted out to create a cavity. Q9. What is done after pouring molten metal? Finishing and polishing. Q10. Which is the earliest bronze sculpture in India? A dancing girl of Mohenjo-daro. Q11. What are Daimabad bronzes known for? A large ritual bronze figures. Q12. Which period marks the peak of bronze art in India? A Chola period. Q13. Which famous Chola bronze represents Cosmic dance? A Natraj. Q14. Where is bronze casting still practiced traditionally? A Swamimalai, Tamil Nadu. Ellora Caves. Q15. What are the Ellora Caves? A complex of 34 rock-cut temples and monasteries. Q16. Where are Ellora Caves located? A Chhatrapati Sambhajigarh, Aurangabad, Maharashtra. Q17. What religions are represented at Ellora? A Buddhist, Hindu, and Jain. Q18. How many Buddhist caves are there in Ellora? A 12 caves. Q19. What period do Buddhist caves belong to? A 200 BCE to 600 CE. Q20. How many Hindu caves are there? A 17 caves. Q21. Which dynasty built most Hindu caves? A Rashtrakuta dynasty. Q22. What is the most famous structure at Ellora? A Kailasa temple, cave 16. Q23. What is unique about Kailasa temple? A largest monolithic rock cut structure. Q24. How was Kailasa temple carved? A top-down excavation. Q25. Which deity is Kailasa temple dedicated to? A Lord Shiva. Q26. How many Jain caves are present? A 5 caves. Q27. When were Jain caves built? A 800 1000 CE. Q28. When were Ellora caves declared a UNESCO site? A 1983. Q29. What does Ellora symbolize culturally? A religious harmony. Red Fort. Q30. What is the Red Fort? A Mughal fort and palace complex in Delhi. Q31. Who built the Red Fort? A Shah Jahan. Q32. When was the Red Fort constructed? Between 1639 and 1648. Q33. Why was the Red Fort built? To serve as the Mughal capital residence in Shahjahanabad. Q34. Which material is primarily used in the Red Fort? A red sandstone. Q35. How long are the fort's walls? About 2.5 kilometers. Q36. Which river flows near the Red Fort? A Yamuna River. Q37. What is Divan-i-Am? A hall of public audience. Q38. What is Diwan-i-Khas? A hall of private audience. Q39. What is Nahar-i-Bahisht? A stream of paradise water channel. Q40. Who plundered the Red Fort in 1739? A Nadir Shah. Q41. What major event occurred at Red Fort in 1857? A Bahadur Shah Zafar was captured and tried. Q42. What trials were held at Red Fort in 1945-46? A Ena trials. Q43. Who hoisted the Indian flag at Red Fort in 1947? A Jawaharlal Nehru. Q44. When was Red Fort declared a UNESCO site? A 2007. If you want, I can compile all art and culture, ancient plus medieval plus modern, into a single ultra revision sheet, 1000 plus Q&A plus PYQs plus MCQs, for exam prep. Here is your content converted into one-line question and answer format segregated. Taj Mahal. Q1. What is the Taj Mahal? A 17th century white marble mausoleum in Agra. Q2. Where is the Taj Mahal located? On the right bank of the Yamuna River in Agra, Uttar Pradesh. Q3. Who built the Taj Mahal? A Shah Jahan. Q4. In whose memory was the Taj Mahal built? A Mumtaz Mahal. Q5. When was the Taj Mahal commissioned? A 1632 CE. Q6. When was the main structure completed? A 1648 CE. Q7. Who was the chief architect of the Taj Mahal? A Ustad Ahmad Lahori. Q8. When was the entire complex completed? A 1653 CE. Q9. Why is the Taj Mahal famous architecturally? It represents the peak of Indo-Islamic architecture. Q10. What material is primarily used in the Taj Mahal? A white marble. Q11. What is the layout of the Taj Mahal complex? A symmetrical with a central tomb and 4 minarets. Q12. What is found inside the main chamber? A cenotaphs of Mumtaz Mahal and Shah Jahan. Q13. Where are the actual graves located? In the lower crypt. Q14. What is Pietra Dura? Inlay work using precious stones. Q15. What garden style is used in the Taj Mahal? A Charbagh Persian quadripartite garden. Q16. What do the water channels symbolize? Rivers of paradise. Q17. What structures flank the Taj Mahal? A mosque and guest house made of red sandstone. Dolmens of Kodaikanal. Q18. What are dolmens? Megalithic stone structures with a slab supported by pillars. Q19. What was the primary purpose of dolmens? Burial chambers and memorial sites. Q20. Where are the dolmens of Kodaikanal located? Palani Hills, Tamil Nadu. Q21. When were these dolmens constructed? Around 1500 2000 BCE. Q22. Which tribes are associated with these dolmens? Paliyas and Kurumbas. Q23. Who first recorded these dolmens scientifically? Rev. Inglade and Rev. L. V. Newton. Q24. Which publication documented these findings? Memoirs of Archaeological Survey of India, 1928. Q25. Which sites revealed artifacts from these dolmens? Thandikudi and Petuparai. Q26. What artifacts were found in dolmen excavations? Black and red ware pottery and carnelian beads. Q27. How were dolmens constructed? A. Using naturally available stones without cutting. Q28. Why is the capstone slightly sloped? A. To allow rainwater runoff. Q29. Where are dolmens usually located? A. Rocky ridges or slopes. Q30. What was the communication role of dolmen circles? A. Used for torch signal visibility. Q31. At what altitude are most dolmens found? A. 4,000, 5,000 featuring above sea level. Sarcophagus, Tamil Nadu. Q32. What is a sarcophagus? A. Terracotta coffin used for burials. Q33. Where was the sarcophagus discovered? A. Kilnamandi village, Tiruvannamalai district. Q34. What period does the sarcophagus belong to? A. Late Harappan period. Q35. What items were found inside the sarcophagus? A. Charcoal, pottery, and grave goods. Q36. What type of beads were discovered? A. Carnelian beads. Q37. What do graffiti marks on the sarcophagus indicate? A. Clan-based identity. Q38. What similarity do graffiti marks show? A. Approximately 90% similarity with Indus Valley symbols. Q39. What weapons were found in associated burials? A. Iron spears. Q40. What type of burial system was observed? A. Collective urn burials. Sarnath. Q41. What is Sarnath? A. Major Buddhist pilgrimage site where Buddha gave his first sermon. Q42. Where is Sarnath located? About 10 kilometers northeast of Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. Q43. What is the significance of Sarnath in Buddhism? A site of Buddha's first sermon, Dhammacakkappavattana. Q44. What was Sarnath known as in ancient texts? A Mrigadavar or Rishipatana. Q45. Which Mauryan ruler developed Sarnath? R. Ashoka. Q46. What famous symbol was erected at Sarnath by Ashoka? A lion capital, India's national emblem. Q47. What does the Dhammek Stupa mark? A. The site of Buddha's first sermon. Q48. Which dynasties expanded Sarnath? A. Kushana and Gupta dynasties. Q49. When did Sarnath flourish as a Buddhist center? A. 1st to 6th century CE. Q50. Who rediscovered Sarnath in modern times? A. Alexander Cunningham. Q51. Which museum is located at Sarnath? A. Archaeological Museum. Q52. What sculpture is famous in Sarnath Museum? A seated Buddha in Dharmachakra Mudra. Q53. What is Sarnath's current global status effort? A. Nominated for UNESCO World Heritage List 2025-26. If you want, I can now compile all your art and culture notes into a single ultra revision PDF, Q&A plus MCQs plus maps plus timelines for exam ready revision. Here are your points converted into one-line question answer format, clean, exam ready. Q1. When was the Ashokan pillar built? Ans. 3rd century BCE by Emperor Ashoka. Q2. Why were Ashokan pillars erected? Ans. To spread Dhamma after the Kalinga War. Q3. What material was used for Ashokan pillars? Ans. Monolithic sandstone, mainly from Chunar, Mathura. Q4. What is the height of Ashokan pillars? Ans. Around 40 to 50 feet. Q5. Which scripts were used in Ashokan edicts? Ans. Brahmi, Kharoshthi, Aramaic, and Greek. Q6. What do Ashokan pillars symbolize? Ans. Ethical governance, non-violence, and welfare. Q7. Which Ashokan capital is India's national emblem? Ans. Lion capital of Sarnath. Q8. Who built Gangaikonda Cholapuram? Ans. Rajendra Chola I. Q9. When was Gangaikonda Cholapuram the capital? Ans. 1025-1279 CE. Q10. Why was Gangaikonda Cholapuram established? Ans. To commemorate victory over the Gangetic plains. Q11. What temple is located in Gangaikonda Cholapuram? Ans. Gangaikonda Choleswaram, Shiva temple. Q12. What is Chola Jangam? Ans. A massive water reservoir built by Cholas. Q13. What UNESCO site includes Gangaikonda Cholapuram? Ans. Great living Chola temples. Q14. What is India's 44th UNESCO World Heritage Site? Ans. Maratha military landscapes of India. Q15. When was it inscribed as a World Heritage Site? Ans. At the 47th UNESCO World Heritage Committee session. Q16. How many forts are included in the site? Ans. 12 forts. Q17. Which state has most of these forts? Ans. Maharashtra, 11 forts. Q18. Which fort is located in Tamil Nadu? Ans. Jinji Fort. Q19. Which ruler's vision shaped these forts? Ans. Shivaji Maharaj. Q20. What type of forts are included? Ans. Hill, island, plateau, and forest forts. Q21. What UNESCO criteria recognize the site? Ans. Criteria I, V, and V. Q22. What is a UNESCO World Heritage Site? Ans. A site with outstanding universal value OUV. Q23. Under which convention are World Heritage Sites governed? Ans. 1972 World Heritage Convention. Q24. How many World Heritage Sites does India have 2025? Ans. 44 sites. Q25. What is India's global rank in World Heritage Sites? Ans. 6th globally. Q26. Which agency manages heritage sites in India? Ans. Archaeological Survey of India, ASI. Q27. How many sites are on India's tentative list? Ans. Around 62 sites. If you want, I can convert all your remaining notes, full compilation, into the same rapid revision Q&A format for UPSC SSC prep. Here is your content converted into crisp one-line Q&A format for quick revision. Golden Temple. Q1. What is the Golden Temple? Ans. The holiest Sikh shrine located in Amritsar, Punjab. Q2. What is another name of the Golden Temple? Ans. Sri Darbar Sahib. Q3. Who laid the foundation of the Golden Temple? Ans. Guru Ram Das Ji in 1577. Q4. Who constructed the Golden Temple? Ans. Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Q5. When was the Golden Temple completed? Ans. 1604 CE. Q6. Who laid the foundation stone of the Golden Temple? Ans. Hazrat Mia Mir. Q7. Who was the first grantee of the Golden Temple? Ans. Baba Buddha Ji. Q8. Who added gold plating to the Golden Temple? Ans. Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Q9. What does the Golden Temple symbolize? Ans. Equality, humility, and service. Q10. What is unique about its architecture? Ans. Built at a lower level with 4 entrances. Q11. Where is the Golden Temple built? Ans. In the Amrit Sarovar, Holy Pool. Q12. What is Langa in the Golden Temple? Ans. Free community kitchen serving over 1 lakh people daily. Kathputli puppetry. Q13. What is Kathputli? Ans. Traditional string puppetry of Rajasthan. Q14. Where is Kathputli mainly practiced? Ans. Rajasthan, Jaipur, Nagaur, Churu, Sikar. Q15. How old is Kathputli puppetry? Ans. Over 1000 years old. Q16. Which communities perform Kathputli? Ans. Bhat and Nat communities. Q17. What material are Kathputli puppets made of? Ans. Wood. Q18. What themes are shown in Kathputli? Ans. Folk tales, kings, warriors, and social satire. Hacker dance. Q19. What is hacker dance? Ans. A traditional Maori posture dance with rhythmic movements and chanting. Q20. Where does hacker originate from? Ans. New Zealand Maori culture. Q21. What does hacker express? Ans. Strength, unity, pride, and challenge. Q22. Who composed the famous hacker, Ka-Mate? Ans. Te Roparaha. Q23. What is Peruparu hacker? Ans. What dance performed before battle? Q24. What is Poveri hacker? Ans. Welcoming dance. Natya Shastra. Q25. What is Natya Shastra? Ans. Ancient Sanskrit treatise on drama, dance, and music. Q26. Who authored the Natya Shastra? Ans. Bharat Muni. Q27. What is Natya Shastra also called? Ans. Natya Veda, 5th Veda. Q28. When was Natya Shastra composed? Ans. Around 200 BCE 200 CE. Q29. What is the core concept of Natya Shastra? Ans. Rasa theory. Q30. How many classical rasas are there? Ans. 8, later 9 including Shanta. Q31. What are the 4 types of Abhinay? Ans. Engika, Vachika, Aharya, Satvika. Q32. How many chapters are in Natya Shastra? Ans. 36 chapters. Q33. What does Natya Shastra cover? Ans. Drama, dance, music, stagecraft, and aesthetics. If you want, I can compile all your art and culture plus polity plus society notes into one single revision sheet, 100 to 200 Q&A for last day preparation. Here is your content converted into one-line Q&A format for quick revision. Vrindavani Vastra. Q1. What is Vrindavani Vastra? Ans. A 16th century silk tapestry depicting Lord Krishna's life. Q2. Who created Vrindavani Vastra? Ans. Srimanta Sankardeva. Q3. Under whose patronage was it made? Ans. Koch King Naranarayan. Q4. What is the size of Vrindavani Vastra? Ans. 937 centimeters times 231 centimeters. Q5. What does Vrindavani Vastra depict? Ans. Scenes from Krishna's life and mythology. Q6. Where is it currently preserved? Ans. British Museum, London. Q7. Why is Vrindavani Vastra unique? Ans. It depicts sacred stories despite Vaishnavism discouraging idol worship. Indian harmonium. Q8. What is the Indian harmonium? Ans. A portable hand-pumped reed musical instrument. Q9. Which family does the harmonium belong to? Ans. Free reed aerophone family. Q10. Where is harmonium mainly used? Ans. Hindustani classical, devotional, and folk music. Q11. How does a harmonium produce sound? Ans. Air from bellows vibrates metal reeds. Q12. What controls volume in a harmonium? Ans. Bellows pumping intensity. Q13. Does harmonium require electricity? Ans. No, it is fully acoustic. Soharai art. Q14. What is Soharai art? Ans. A tribal wall painting tradition of Jharkhand. Q15. Which tribes practice Soharai art? Ans. Santhal, Munda, and Oraon tribes. Q16. When is Soharai art created? Ans. During harvest festivals, especially Diwali. Q17. What materials are used in Soharai art? Ans. Natural pigments like ochre, kaolin, and clay. Q18. Who primarily creates Soharai paintings? Ans. Tribal women. Chotol. Q19. What is Chotol? Ans. A 12-beat rhythmic cycle in Indian classical music. Q20. Which music style uses Chotol? Ans. Drupad style. Q21. Which instrument is used with Chotol? Ans. Pakhavaj. Q22. What does Chotol mean? Ans. 4 claps. Q23. How many beats are in Chotol? Ans. 12 matras. Kolhapuri chappal. Q24. What are Kolhapuri chappals? Ans. Handcrafted leather sandals from Maharashtra and Karnataka. Q25. When did Kolhapuri chappals get G tag? Ans. 2019. Q26. What material is used in Kolhapuri chappals? Ans. Vegetable tanned buffalo leather. Q27. What is their key feature? Ans. Durable, eco-friendly, and nail-free design. Gumot. Q28. What is Gumot? Ans. A traditional Goan clay-based percussion instrument. Q29. Which type of instrument is Gumot? Ans. Membranophone. Q30. What material is Gumot made of? Ans. Clay pot with animal skin membrane. Q31. Which skin was traditionally used in Gumot? Ans. Monitor lizard skin. Q32. Why was monitor lizard skin banned? Ans. Due to Wildlife Protection Act, 1972. Q33. Where is Gumot mainly used? Ans. Goan folk music and festivals. Q34. What does Gumot symbolize? Ans. Goa's cultural and communal harmony. If you want, I can combine all 25 plus topics into one single 200 to 300 Q&A ultra revision sheet, very useful before exams. Here is your content converted into crisp one-line Q&A format for fast revision. Madhubani in Gond art. Q1. What is Madhubani painting? Ans. A traditional folk art from the Mithila region of Bihar. Q2. Who traditionally practiced Madhubani painting? Ans. Women on walls and floors during auspicious occasions. Q3. What materials are used in Madhubani art? Ans. Natural pigments, cow dung treated surfaces, and bamboo pens. Q4. What are common themes in Madhubani art? Ans. Hindu deities, nature, and village life. Q5. What is Gond art? Ans. A tribal art form of the Gond tribes based on folklore and nature. Q6. Where is Gond art practiced? Ans. Madhya Pradesh and Central India. Q7. What is a key feature of Gond art? Ans. Use of dots and lines to create patterns. Q8. What does Gond art depict? Ans. Mythology, animals, and harmony with nature. Mallakhamb. Q9. What is Mallakhamb? Ans. An ancient sport involving gymnastics on a pole or rope. Q10. What is the meaning of Mallakhamb? Ans. Wrestling pole. Q11. What was the purpose of Mallakhamb? Ans. Training wrestlers for strength and agility. Q12. Which text mentions Mallakhamb? Ans. Manasollasa, 12th century. Q13. Who revived Mallakhamb in modern times? Ans. Balambhatta Dada Diodhar. Q14. What are the types of Mallakhamb? Ans. Pole, rope, and hanging Mallakhamb. Q15. Where was Mallakhamb showcased recently? Ans. Khelo India Beach Games 2025. Samaka Saralamma Jatara. Q16. What is Samaka Saralamma Jatara? ANS, a biennial tribal festival honoring Samaka and Saralimma. Q17, where is it held? ANS, Medaram, Telangana. Q18, which tribe celebrates this festival? ANS, Koya tribe. Q19, what is offered during the festival? ANS, Jaggery, Bangaram. Q20, why are Samaka and Saralimma worshipped? ANS, for their resistance against oppression. Q21, what is unique about worship in this festival? ANS, no permanent idols, deities are brought from forests. Hornbill Festival. Q22, what is Hornbill Festival? ANS, a cultural festival showcasing Naga traditions. Q23, where is it celebrated? ANS, Kisama village near Kohama, Nagaland. Q24, when is the Hornbill Festival held? ANS, December 1 to 10 annually. Q25, when was it started? ANS, in 2000. Q26, why is it called Festival of Festivals? ANS, it represents all major Naga tribes. Q27, what does the hornbill bird symbolize? ANS, valor, beauty, and tradition. Q28, what activities are part of the festival? ANS, dance, music, crafts, sports, and food festivals. If you want, I can now merge all 29 topics into a single ultra-short 300 Q&A rapid revision sheet perfect for last day exam prep. Here is your content converted into crisp one-line Q&A format for fast revision. Langkong Puja and Tiwa tribe. Q1, what is Langkong Puja? ANS, a traditional agricultural festival of the Tiwa tribe. Q2, which community celebrates Langkong Puja? ANS, Tiwa, Lalung tribe of Assam. Q3, what is the purpose of Langkong Puja? ANS, to pray for a good Rabi crop and prosperity. Q4, what activities are part of Langkong Puja? ANS, rituals, prayers, music, and dance. Q5, who are the Tiwa tribe? ANS, a Tibeto-Burman tribal group of Assam. Q6, where are Tiwas mainly found? ANS, Assam, Meghalaya, and Tripura. Q7, what are key cultural features of Tiwas? ANS, rich oral traditions, festivals, and youth institutions like Chamadi. Chhat festival. Q8, what is Chhat Puja? ANS, a Vedic festival dedicated to the sun god and Chhathi Maya. Q9, where is Chhat mainly celebrated? ANS, Bihar, Jharkhand, Eastern UP, and Nepal. Q10, how many days does Chhat last? ANS, 4 days. Q11, what are the main rituals of Chhat? ANS, Nahe Khe, Kharna, Sandhya Arghya, and Usha Arghya. Q12, what offerings are made during Chhat? ANS, Teku, Kheer, fruits, and jaggery items. Q13, what makes Chhat unique? ANS, strict fasting and worship of both setting and rising sun. Bimstek Traditional Music Festival. Q14, what is the Bimstek Traditional Music Festival? ANS, a multinational music festival of Bimstek countries. Q15, where was it hosted? ANS, New Delhi. Q16, what was its theme? ANS, Saptasur, 7 nations, 1 melody. Q17, who organized the festival? ANS, Indian Council for Cultural Relations, ICCR. Q18, what is its main aim? ANS, promote cultural cooperation and regional unity. Ambubachi Mela. Q19, what is Ambubachi Mela? ANS, a fertility festival marking the menstruation of goddess Kamakhya. Q20, where is Ambubachi Mela held? ANS, Kamakhya Temple, Guwahati. Q21, what does Ambubachi mean? ANS, water flowing. Q22, what is unique about this festival? ANS, no idol worship, menstruation is revered. Q23, what happens during the festival? ANS, temple remains closed and later reopens ceremonially. Kamakhya Temple. Q24, what is Kamakhya Temple? ANS, a major Shakti Peetha and Tantric worship site. Q25, where is Kamakhya Temple located? ANS, Neelachal Hills, Guwahati. Q26, what does the temple symbolize? ANS, fertility and feminine power. Q27, what is present in the inner sanctum? ANS, a yoni-shaped cleft with a natural spring. Shirui Lily Festival. Q28, what is Shirui Lily Festival? ANS, a festival celebrating the blooming of Shirui Lily. Q29, where is it ayojit? ANS, Ukhrul District, Manipur. Q30, when is it held? ANS, May 20 to 25. Q31, what is its main aim? ANS, promote ecotourism and conservation. Shirui Lily. Q32, what is Shirui Lily? ANS, an endangered endemic flower of Manipur. Q33, where is Shirui Lily found? ANS, Shirui Hills, Manipur. Q34, what is its conservation status? ANS, endangered. Q35, why is Shirui Lily significant? ANS, it is Manipur's state flower and a cultural symbol. If you want, I can now compile all 35 plus topics into one master revision sheet, 500 plus ultra short Q&A, so you can revise the entire syllabus in 30 to 40 minutes. Here is your content converted into crisp one-line Q&A format for fast revision. Tirukkural and Thiruvalluvar. Q1, who was Thiruvalluvar? ANS, a Tamil poet philosopher known for moral teachings. Q2, what is Tirukkural? ANS, a classical Tamil text of 1330 couplets on ethics, polity, and law. Q3, how is Tirukkural structured? ANS, 3 parts, Aram, Pol, and Inbam. Q4, why is Tirukkural called Tamil Veda? ANS, due to its universal and secular moral teachings. Q5, what themes does Tirukkural cover? ANS, ethics, governance, society, and personal life. Savitribai Phule. Q6, who was Savitribai Phule? ANS, India's first modern female teacher and social reformer. Q7, where was Savitribai Phule born? ANS, Nigon, Maharashtra. Q8, what was her major contribution? ANS, started the first girls' school in Pune 1848. Q9, how many schools did she help establish? ANS, around 18 schools. Q10, which organization did she support? ANS, Satyashodhak Samaj. Q11, what social reforms did she advocate? ANS, women's education, anti-casteism, and widow welfare. Subhash Chandra Bose. Q12, who was Subhash Chandra Bose? ANS, a revolutionary nationalist leader advocating armed struggle. Q13, when was Subhash Chandra Bose born? ANS, the 23rd of January 1897. Q14, what was his role in Congress? ANS, president in 1938 and 1939. Q15, what organization did he found? ANS, Forward Bloc 1939. Q16, what was the Indian National Army? ANS, a military force led by Bose to fight British rule. Q17, what was the Azad Hind government? ANS, a government in exile established by Bose in 1943. Dayanand Saraswati. Q18, who was Dayanand Saraswati? ANS, a Hindu reformer and founder of Arya Samaj. Q19. What is Arya Samaj? Ans. A socio-religious reform movement promoting Vedic values. Q20. What was his core philosophy? Ans. Back to the Vedas. Q21. What social reforms did he support? Ans. Women's education and opposition to caste discrimination. Q22. What is his famous book? Ans. Satyarth Prakash. Q23. What did he oppose? Ans. Idol worship, superstition, and blind rituals. If you want, I can now compile all 38 topics into a single ultra-compact 600 plus 1 line Q&A revision sheet, perfect for last day UPSC revision. Here you go, continuing in the same 1 line question plus 1 line answer format. Q. Who was Chandrasekhar Azad? A fearless revolutionary who led militant resistance and vowed never to be captured alive by the British. Q. What was the early life highlight of Chandrasekhar Azad? Arrested at 15 during the non-cooperation movement, he adopted the name Azad after defying the British court. Q. What was Kakori conspiracy? A revolutionary train robbery in 1925 in which Azad participated to fund anti-British activities. Q. What role did Azad play in the Lahore conspiracy? He helped assassinate British officer Saunders to avenge Lala Lajpat Rai's death. Q. Which organizations was Azad associated with? He was a key member of HRA and later reorganized it into HSRA. Q. Who was Madhvacharya? A 13th century philosopher who founded the Dvaita dualism school of Vedanta. Q. What is the core idea of Dvaita philosophy by Madhvacharya? It asserts a real and eternal distinction between God, soul, and matter. Q. What is Pancha Bheda in Dvaita Vedanta? It refers to 5 eternal differences between God, soul, and matter. Q. What was the main path to liberation according to Madhvacharya? Liberation is achieved through devotion, bhakti, to Vishnu. Q. Which institution was founded by Madhvacharya? He established the Udupi Krishna Mutt and the Ashtamatha tradition. Q. Who was Guru Tegh Bahadur? The 9th Sikh Guru known for sacrificing his life to protect religious freedom. Q. Why is Guru Tegh Bahadur remembered in history? He was executed for defending the rights of Kashmiri Pandits against forced conversions. Q. What is the significance of Anandapur Sahib in Sikh history? It was founded by Guru Tegh Bahadur as a major center of Sikhism. Q. What are the literary contributions of Guru Tegh Bahadur? He composed hymns included in the Guru Granth Sahib. Q. What values did Guru Tegh Bahadur promote? Fearlessness, religious tolerance, and social justice. If you want, I can convert all 40 plus topics into this revision-friendly Q&A format or make a PDF-style notes sheet for quick revision. Continuing in 1 line question plus 1 line answer format. Birsa Munda. Q. Who was Birsa Munda? A tribal freedom fighter and reformer known as Dharti Aba who led resistance against British exploitation. Q. Where was Birsa Munda born? He was born in 1875 at Ulihatu in the Chotanagpur Plateau, present-day Jharkhand. Q. What was the Bursik movement? It was a socio-religious reform movement started by Birsa Munda blending tribal traditions with Vaishnavism. Q. What was the Ilgulan movement? It was a tribal uprising led by Birsa Munda against British and Zamindari oppression, 1895-1900. Q. What slogan is associated with Birsa Munda? A. Abhyur Raj Setter Jana, Maharani Raj Tundu Jana, meaning demand for self-rule. Q. What is Birsa Munda's legacy? He inspired tribal rights laws and is honored through Janjatiya Gaurav Divas, the 15th of November. Lokmata Devi Ahilyabai Holkar. Q. Who was Ahilyabai Holkar? A philosopher queen of Malwa known for just governance, temple restoration, and welfare reforms. Q. Where did Ahilyabai Holkar rule? She ruled the Malwa region with Maheshwar as her capital. Q. What were her major governance reforms? She focused on agriculture, irrigation, artisans, and direct grievance redressal. Q. What is her religious contribution? She rebuilt major temples like Kashi Vishwanath and Somnath and built dharamshalas. Q. What social reforms did Ahilyabai support? She promoted women's rights, widow remarriage, and safety systems for villagers. Q. Why is she called a philosopher queen? Because she combined welfare governance with ethical and dharmic leadership. Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. Q. Who was Rabindranath Tagore? A Nobel Prize-winning poet, philosopher, and founder of Shantiniketan. Q. What is Rabindranath Tagore famous for? He wrote Gitanjali and composed India's national anthem Jana Gana Mana. Q. What award did Tagore receive? He was the first non-European to win the Nobel Prize in Literature, 1913. Q. What was Shantiniketan? An educational institution founded by Tagore promoting holistic and creative learning. Q. What was Tagore's philosophy? He promoted universal humanism, freedom of thought, and harmony with nature. Q. Why did Tagore renounce his knighthood? He renounced it in protest against the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, 1919. If you want, I can next convert all your art and culture notes, 1 to 44, into a single revision PDF-style Q&A sheet for UPSC quick revision. Continuing in 1 line question plus 1 line answer format. Graca Machel, Indira Gandhi Peace Prize 2026. Q. Who is Graca Machel? She is a Mozambican South African humanitarian and education activist awarded the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize 2026. Q. What is the Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace? It is an international award recognizing contributions to peace, disarmament, development, and human welfare. Q. When was the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize instituted? It was instituted in 1985 by the Government of India. Q. Who administers the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize? It is administered by the Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust, New Delhi. Q. Who is eligible for the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize? A. Any living individual or organization working for peace, development, or humanitarian causes worldwide. Q. How is the Indira Gandhi Prize selected? It is selected by an international jury of 5 to 9 members through consensus. Q. What does the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize include? It includes 1 crore rupees, a citation, and a trophy made of hematite jasper. Padma Awards. Q. What are the Padma Awards? They are India's highest civilian awards recognizing exceptional service in various fields. Q. When were the Padma Awards instituted? They were instituted in 1954 by the Government of India. Q. What are the categories of Padma Awards? Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, and Padma Shri for varying levels of distinguished service. Q. Who confers the Padma Awards? The President of India confers them at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Q. What is the selection process for Padma Awards? A government-appointed Padma Awards committee evaluates nominations and submits recommendations. Q. What is the eligibility for Padma Awards? Are open to all citizens except most government servants based on exceptional public service. Jeevan Raksha Padak Awards. Q. What are Jeevan Raksha Padak Awards? They are civilian awards given for acts of bravery in saving human life at personal risk. Q. When were Jeevan Raksha Padak Awards established? They were established in 1961 as part of India's gallantry award system. Q. What are the categories of Jeevan Raksha Padak? Sarvottam, Uttam, and Jeevan Raksha Padak based on level of bravery. Q. Who can receive Jeevan Raksha Padak Awards? A. Any person, including posthumous awardees, who saves lives in dangerous situations. Q. What does the Jeevan Raksha Padak include? It includes a medallion, certificate, and monetary reward up to 2 lakh rupees. If you want, I can next convert all awards plus polity plus culture sections into a single UPSC revision MCQ ready flash sheet. Continuing in one line question plus one line answer format. UNESCO Asia Pacific Awards 2025. Q. What are the UNESCO Asia Pacific Awards for Cultural Heritage Conservation? They are UNESCO awards recognizing excellence in conservation of cultural heritage in the Asia Pacific region. Q. When were the UNESCO Asia Pacific Heritage Awards established? They were established in 2000 by UNESCO. Q. What is the aim of the UNESCO Asia Pacific Heritage Awards? To promote high quality, sustainable conservation and adaptive reuse of heritage sites. Q. Which Indian site won in 2025 UNESCO Asia Pacific Awards? Our Lady of Grace Cathedral, Vasai, Maharashtra, won the award of merit. Q. What is Vasai Cathedral known for? It is a 16th century Portuguese era Catholic cathedral representing early colonial architecture in India. International Booker Prize 2025. Q. What is the International Booker Prize? It is a global literary award recognizing the best translated fiction into English. Q. When was the International Booker Prize established? It was established in 2005 by the Booker Prize Foundation, UK. Q. What is unique about the International Booker Prize? It honors both the author and translator equally for translated fiction. Q. Who won the International Booker Prize 2025? Banu Mushtaq won for Heart Lamp, translated by Deepa Bhasti. Q. What is the prize money of the International Booker Prize? It is £50,000 shared equally between author and translator. Jnanpith Award. Q. What is the Jnanpith Award? It is India's highest literary honor for outstanding contribution to literature. Q. When was the Jnanpith Award established? It was established in 1961 by the Bharatiya Jnanpith Trust. Q. Who is eligible for the Jnanpith Award? Indian citizens writing in languages listed in the 8th schedule in English. Q. What is the selection process of the Jnanpith Award? It is decided by language advisory committees and a central selection board of eminent scholars. Q. What does the Jnanpith Award include? It includes 11 lakh rupees, a citation, and a plaque for lifetime literary contribution. If you want, I can next convert all art and culture plus awards into a single UPSC last day revision sheet one page format. Continuing in one line question plus one line answer format. Serengzia Battle 1837. Q. What was the Serengzia Battle? It was an armed tribal resistance against the East India Company in 1837 in present-day Jharkhand. Q. Where was the Serengzia battle fought? It was fought in the Serengzia Valley of West Singhabhum, Jharkhand. Q. What were the causes of the Serengzia battle? It was caused by British taxation, land alienation, and loss of tribal autonomy. Q. Who led the Serengzia resistance? It was led by Ho leaders like Potoho, Bareho, and Pandwaho. Q. What was the outcome of the Serengzia battle? The British suppressed the revolt and executed Ki Ho leaders in 1838. Royal Indian Navy Revolt 1946. Q. What was the Royal Indian Navy Revolt 1946? It was a 1946 naval uprising by Indian sailors against British colonial rule. Q. When did the Rin Revolt take place? It took place from the 18th to the 23rd of February 1946. Q. Where did the Rin Revolt begin? It began at HMIS Talwar in Bombay. Q. What triggered the Rin Revolt? It was triggered by poor conditions, racial discrimination, and nationalist influence. Q. Who participated in the Rin Revolt? Around 20,000 sailors across 78 ships and 20 shore establishments participated. Q. What was the outcome of the Rin Revolt? The revolt was suppressed, but it weakened British control over India. Rajendra Chola I. Q. Who was Rajendra Chola I? He was the greatest Chola emperor who expanded the empire across India and Southeast Asia. Q. When did Rajendra Chola I rule? He ruled the Chola Empire from 1014 to 1044 CE. Q. What was Rajendra Chola I's major military achievement? He led a naval expedition in 1025 CE and defeated the Srivijaya Empire. Q. What city did Rajendra Chola I establish? He established Gangaikonda Cholapuram as his imperial capital. Q. What is Rajendra Chola I known for in administration? He strengthened irrigation systems, trade guilds, and temple-based governance. If you want, I can now compile all 1 to 53 topics into a single UPSC Prelims Rapid Revision PDF style sheet for quick revision. Continuing in one line question plus one line answer format. Buddhist Circuit Northeast Union Budget 2026-27. Q. What is the Buddhist Circuit Northeast India? It is a tourism and heritage initiative to develop and connect Buddhist monasteries across Northeast India. Q. What is the objective of the Buddhist Circuit Northeast? To promote Buddhist heritage, tourism, and regional economic development through monastery-linked circuits. Q. Which states are part of the Buddhist Circuit Northeast? Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Assam, Tripura, and nearby Himalayan, North Bengal regions. Q. Which is the largest monastery included in the circuit? Tawan Monastery in Arunachal Pradesh, the largest in India. Q. What is the significance of Roomtek Monastery? It is the largest monastery in Sikkim and the seat of the Karmapa lineage. Q. Which monastery is known as Tiger's Nest of India? Tuksing Gompe in Arunachal Pradesh. Gyan Bharatam Mission. Q. What is the Gyan Bharatam Mission? It is a national mission to conserve, digitize, and share India's manuscript heritage. Q. When was the Gyan Bharatam Mission announced? It was announced in Union Budget 2025-26. Q. What is the objective of the Gyan Bharatam Mission? To preserve and digitize over 1 crore ancient manuscripts across India. Q. Which institution anchors the Gyan Bharatam Mission? The Indira Gandhi National Centre for the Arts, IGNCA. Q. What is India's manuscript wealth estimated at? India has over 1 crore manuscripts in 80 plus scripts and 60 plus languages. All Chiki script and Santali language. Q. What is Santali language? It is a major tribal language of India spoken by the Santhal community. Q. What is All Chiki script? It is a scientific script created in 1925 specifically for writing the Santali language. Q. Who developed the All Chiki script? It was developed by Pandit Raghunath Murmu in 1925. Q. When was Santali added to the 8th schedule? It was included through the 92nd Constitutional Amendment Act, 2003. Q. What is the linguistic family of Santali? It belongs to the Austroasiatic Munda branch language family. Q. Why is All Chiki important? It gives Santali speakers a unique phonetic writing system and cultural identity. If you want, I can next convert all 1 to 57 topics into one short revision tables, state monument person event mapping for UPSC prelims. Continuing in one line question plus one line answer format. Dogri language. Q. What is Dogri language? It is an Indo-Aryan language mainly spoken in the Jammu region of India. Q. When did Dogri get constitutional recognition? Dogri was included in the 8th schedule of the Constitution in 2003. Q. When was Dogri declared an official language of J&K? It was declared an official language of Jammu and Kashmir in 2020. Q. What script is used for Dogri today? Dogri is mainly written in the Devanagari script. Q. What is the origin of the Dogri language? It evolved from Sanskrit through Old and Middle Indo-Aryan stages. Q. How many people speak Dogri? Around 2.6 million people primarily in Jammu and surrounding regions. UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage. Q. What is UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage? It refers to living cultural traditions like rituals, arts, and practices recognized by UNESCO. Q. When was the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage Convention adopted? It was adopted in 2003 and came into force in 2006. Q. What is the aim of Intangible Cultural Heritage IC? To safeguard living traditions and promote cultural diversity and community participation. Q. How many domains are covered under IC? 5 domains including oral traditions, performing arts, rituals, knowledge systems, and craftsmanship. Q. What is unique about IC recognition? It is community-based and recognizes living, evolving cultural practices. State Emblem of India. Q. What is the State Emblem of India? It is the official emblem of India adapted from the lion capital of Ashoka at Sarnath. Q. When was the State Emblem of India adopted? It was adopted on the 26th of January 1950. Q. What does the State Emblem of India symbolize? It symbolizes power, courage, truth, and justice. Q. What is the motto of the State Emblem of India? A. Satyamev Jayate, meaning truth alone triumphs. Q. What animals are depicted in the Ashoka pillar emblem? A lion, bull, horse, and elephant are depicted on the abacus. If you want, I can now compile all art and culture, 1 to 60 topics into Prelim 7-day revision flashcards plus MCQ set for practice. Continuing in 1-line question plus 1-line answer format. Archaeological Survey of India (ASI). Q. What is Archaeological Survey of India? It is the apex government body responsible for archaeological research, conservation, and protection of heritage sites in India. Q. When was ASI established? It was established in 1861 by Alexander Cunningham. Q. Under which ministry does ASI function? It functions under the Ministry of Culture, Government of India. Q. Who heads the Archaeological Survey of India? It is headed by the Director General of Archaeology. Q. What is ASI's main role in heritage protection? It protects and conserves over 3,600 monuments including UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Q. What law empowers ASI for monument protection? The Ancient Monuments and Archaeological Sites and Remains Act, 1958. Gadang Phode Rank Trust. Q. What is the Gadang Phode Rank Trust? It is a trust established by the 14th Dalai Lama to oversee recognition of his reincarnation. Q. When was the Gadang Phode Rank Trust formed? It was formed in 2011. Q. Where is the Gadang Phode Rank Trust based? It is based in Dharamshala, India. Q. What is the main function of the Gadang Phode Rank Trust? It holds the sole authority to recognize the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama. Q. What does Gadang Phode Rank originally refer to? It originally referred to the residence of the Dalai Lama in Lhasa, Tibet. Q. How is the next Dalai Lama identified? Through spiritual signs, consultations with lamas, and traditional Buddhist rituals. If you want